Nice to meet you. I am Dr. Beans. This is my little intro thing, I suppose. I know that you can't respond back, but I'm just gonna talk anyways, because, well, I do care, but I guess it's just not that important that you can respond. I'm not gonna be asking questions. What am I talking about? But introduction. I am what you would call the group GM, I suppose. I love TTRPGs. It's something that I genuinely really enjoy. It's one of my top hobbies, I suppose. Something that I work a lot on in my free time. I love a lot of things. Honestly, if I could give a list of my top favorite things, really, I suppose they would have to be history. History is one of them. History is always a thing I've enjoyed. More as a casual thing. I don't know if I would say I could make a career out of it, become a historian or anything, but I most definitely enjoy learning about history and reading about it and such. I am an avid lover of fantasy, more specifically urban fantasy, I suppose. It's one of my favorite genres, but if we're talking about a more traditional fantasy, Terry Pratchett books especially have to be some of my favorites, but urban fantasy is really where I get my kicks. It's something I always enjoy. Another thing I quite enjoy is as I've said, as I was just yapping about literally a few seconds ago, TTRPGs. Currently, I am running a Hunter the Vigil campaign using the Chronicles of Darkness system, but I am using the lore of World of Darkness. Mostly because I prefer Chronicles as a system to old WoD, and well, I don't hate WoD 5th edition. I don't hate World Darkness 5th edition. For the Hunter specifically, I much prefer Chronicles as a system. Really, it's quite the fun one. But I might give Hunter 5th edition, Hunter the Reckoning, a bit of a 1-2. Let's go. Maybe test it out. But I do like Vampire 5. Might be a bit of a controversial opinion. I think it's a pretty good one. I have not read Vampire 20, so I guess I'm new to WoD. I suppose I'm new to it in a sense. I've only known it for a couple months now. Really, a Hunter has been a good interest of mine because it really gives you the feeling of you are just some guy. You are a normal person here. But I'm getting off track. I am also currently planning and creating a Daggerheart campaign with, if you haven't heard of Daggerheart, it's like a D&D 5th edition, but with much more of a focus on roleplay rather than the mechanics that D&D 5e has. If I may go on and get another unscripted ramble, speaking of D&D 5th edition, it's really how I got into the hobby. I have to thank one specific YouTuber for getting me into TTRPGs. That person being Puffin Forest, the YouTuber. I'd like to shout him out. He is a dork, affectionate, really affectionate. I love his stuff. Very, very how do I put this in a good way? God, I'm not insulting him when I call him a dork. It's an affectionate way. Okay, it's affectionately I am calling him a dork, but love the guy, love his stuff. Very unlikely that he will ever see this, but if you do, Puffin, if he does see this, he was the one that got me into TTRPGs and in general, which thanks for that one. I watched his animated story videos, always fun. I got into TTRPGs around 4 years ago, I'd say. 4 years ago, I've been GMing that entire time. I rarely get to be a player, but GMing is really what I prefer. If we're talking about inspirations and vibes I do enjoy, first of all, a big inspiration for me, Over the Garden Wall is always an inspiration because the vibe is superb. I love me also, bit of a Gravity Falls a little bit. I love me a Gravity Falls. Always that's a good urban fantasy, I suppose. It's hard to here's the problem. My problem with urban fantasy, genuinely, is that there aren't many good ones. Maybe that's just me being ignorant. There aren't many good ones I could find. Like, maybe I guess it's just hard to. If any of you in the comments could tell me some good ones, that'd be wonderful. That'd be just perfectly wonderful. If you know any good urban fantasy, because it's honestly one of my favorite genres. I always love me a blending of the magical and mundane. I love contrast in my media. Okay, I love series, shows, books that are funny, but I also have a bit of a an emotional core to them. I don't like it when a piece of media is I usually don't like it when a piece of media is 100% serious all the time, or 100% silly all the time. But those two things can work if done well. I really did like the movie Bones and All, and I would not call that movie I wouldn't say it had many silly moments. I do recommend that movie. Honestly, it's a great sort of it's a very similar in vibe to Vampire the Masquerade. I do have to say. I watched the movie a few days ago. Very good, very good. If we're also talking movie recommendations, a really sad one if you like sad movies. But it's also really funny. Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl. My sister showed me that one. I had quite a bit of fun with that one. It's a bit of a sad one, but I give it a recommend. But back on the topic of TTRPGs. Back on the topic there. I hope personally to make some content about TTRPGs someday. It would be very, very nice to be able to do that. Mostly because I love them and I want to share that love for them, And personally, I think no, I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain about D&D 5th edition, because if I complain about D&D 5th edition, I have my gripes with it. But I don't hate it. That's the thing. I don't hate it. There are just other systems I prefer. I guess it's a case-by-case basis. I don't think there's really a good system or a bad system or anything like that. I just think each system has its own strengths and weaknesses. What was I saying? What was I on about? Yes. Every system has its own flaws, it has its weaknesses. Oh, it got interrupted there. Sorry about that. Bit of a my bad there. But every system has its own flaws and weaknesses. If I had to say my preference on systems, I think it would be something. I don't hate systems that are rules heavy, systems that are too mega super duper ultra crunchy. I don't hate those. Pathfinder, I read it. I haven't played Pathfinder. 2e. I've read it. It looks fun. Would I like it? I don't know. Lancer's also there. I had a negative experience with Lancer, but not to give too much detail on that. Mostly for the sake of the GM who ran it. I think the GM they might have gotten a few rules wrong, which caused it to go on for a long time. But that's neither here nor there. I want to look into Lancer again, personally, because I think the mechs are cool. I think the robots are cool. Also, shout out to Quinn's Quest, who kind of gave me a new sort of look at Lancer, Just shout out to Quinn's Quest in general. I ordered Mythic Bastion lands because of him. Cool looking system. I might have impulse bought it because I know damn well my players would hate it. But that doesn't quite matter to me. I hope to run it someday. My school does have let you make after school programs, so maybe if I ever get to host the D&D club at my school, I'll be able to run it for some players who hopefully would be interested. It would be very nice, and I would have a lot of fun, at least, I think. I hope they would, too. That's kind of why I play them, for the players. That's why I don't write. I do like to write. I do hope to get an idea that could stick with me long enough to write it. I wouldn't call myself a writer, I guess. I make art, but I wouldn't call myself an artist. My art is not very good. But main thing is, I have been. I love making games. I love TTRPGs. I love talking about them. But you know what? I feel like I've rambled a little too much about general TTRPGs. Time to get into specifics. Let me get into more World of Darkness. I haven't rambled about that enough. Even though I've been consuming a lot of WoD content as of recent, and just over the past few months, I think it's a system. I've always dreamed of it, but I never knew what it was until I found it. Like I wanted the vibe of WoD, but I didn't know what WoD was. I didn't know what World of Darkness was until very recently. But I have to thank the channel. Another channel I want to shout out, Bruva Alpha Buza. They are a lovely channel. They are a lovely little channel. They make wonderful content. They made If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device, which was a great series. Damn you, GW. Damn you. Why James Workshop? Why'd you have to do this? But they also are making Hunter the Parenting. I love Hunter the Parenting. It's personally one of my favorite YouTube series out there. And they are also making the lovely Norfolk Wizard game, which episode 3 just released, and it is I haven't finished it yet. No spoilers for anyone who's interested. It's lovely. No spoilers, but oh my gosh, that episode was crazy. Loved it so far. Another thing I quite enjoy that I think that I'm interested in the future project of theirs was in one of their announcement videos on their YouTube channel when they announced Rads to Riches, which is like a Fallout live play, which I am also, or actual play, which I'm very interested in seeing. I cannot wait for that to come out in the future. If we're talking about getting into TTRPGs, I think for people who love who prefer like story over more combat-y things, combat's still in WoD. It's just combat is very interesting because combat in WoD isn't really about combat. It's not about it's not like one of those games. Well, I guess it really depends on the GM and the story going on, but you usually won't have in a lot of D&D things we have at least one combat per session, or we like to do combat a lot. WoD is not really that. Combat is really a consequence. It is a dangerous thing in WoD. You could die. If you get shot with a gun, it probably won't end well for you in WoD if you get shot with a gun, because even if you are a cool vampire or a werewolf, being shot hurts, which is something I only found out recently. It's crazy. But WoD is wonderful for its social gameplay. I love its setting. I love the setting of World of Darkness. It is this big convoluted mess, and it's beautiful. In Changeling, you can play as Bigfoot, and I love that, and also a Yeti. It's great. Changeling is weird. I'm probably not going to run it, ever. But Chronicles of Darkness, which is the sort of WoD spin-off that's WoD, but also not WoD, but I sometimes run it as WoD because I like its systems. And I also like WoD lore, and Chronicles lore is vague, and it's a whole convoluted rant I guess I'm not going to get into. But yeah, Chronicles is pretty good. Chronicles is good. Wasn't I supposed to be introducing myself with this video? Who cares? What was I talking about? Goodness. Yes. Chronicles. Deviant the Renegades. I quite like Deviant the Renegades. I think it has a very interesting premise, personally. It is. I love games. I love games that are they don't necessarily have a certain story to tell. It's just that the conflict could be whatever the GM. But I also love games where the conflict is built into the system. For example, Hypermall Unlimited Violence. That was an interesting TTRPG. I had a session of that or two with the after school TTRPG club at my school, and some very interesting things happened in that game. Uh, Such as a genetically modified super freak who was one of my players. Took the face of an orphan and the face of an angel and atomized both of them against each other. Just a big crack. It was fun. It was very fun. Yeah, Hypermall Unlimited Violence, I'd recommend checking it out. It's a very, I wouldn't recommend it for everyone. It's a very extreme TTRPG. But just look at the itch page, and if you like what you see, you'll probably like it. And if you don't, then you probably won't. I think it is a very loud game. I don't know. Interruptions. I don't know why they happen to me all the time. It's fun, I guess. Fun. Another thing. Yeah, Hypermall, good game. Recommend it. Not for everyone, but good. But also, I also like video games. Yes, I know. Horrifying. Video games. They're, I am a gamer, as they say. God, why did I say that? But Deltarune, Judge James. It's a very good game. I also, a game I quite enjoy. It's a Nubby's Number Factory. There's numbers, and you better believe that there's a factory. Is there lore? Oh. It just kind of is. Don't Starve Together. It's my most played game at 546 hours. Goodness, I love Don't Starve. I have beautiful memories of it. It was actually kind of a part of my childhood, I guess, a little bit. When I was younger, I used to play it on my mom's Mac. On my mom's broken Mac computer. I forgot what computer it was, but it was, and me and my sister would take turns playing it, and I would just join online public servers and Don't Starve Together, play around for a little bit, and then leave after an hour, never to rejoin again. It was beautiful. Yeah, but Don't Starve is one of my favorite games personally. I would also recommend a lovely little game called you might have heard of it, West of Loathing. The combat isn't crazy. I just find something about it satisfying, I guess. Ultra Kill, good game too. Also a good game. Very fun. I would also have to recommend Lunacid. I have not beaten Lunacid yet. I need to beat Lunacid, but it is a cool game. Lunacid is a cool game. It's about delving into dungeons, casting spells, and sort of playing all these crazy different classes. It's cool. Lunacid is cool. It has a very good aesthetic to it. But yeah. It's very good. I don't want to ramble on for too long now. I guess I'll actually get to who I am. Now, I'm the group GM. I don't know how to describe myself, I guess. That's a very hard thing to do. Why was I given this task? God. But, lovely. I love games. I love TTRPGs. I love video games. I like to draw. My art's not good, but I try. And, I love my friends, who are also all in my funny little evil games of vileness and evil. I hope to produce, some TTRPG content in the future. If I ever do make a channel, it'll most likely be just Dr. Beans. That's me. That's what I'm going to be called. But yeah. Thanks for coming by. I hope you have a wonderful day. And if you got to this point, you have a better attention span than most of my siblings. Thanks for coming by, and thanks for giving a listen, I suppose. Have a wonderful day.